So I had several members of my community want to know how I was macroing the new boss rush event. I kind of delayed making a video because I kind of saw someone else using the same loadout. A little bit different strat because it's repeatable. I will include their link to the video down below, but mine is slightly different because of timing placement and it's a lot more relaxed. There's a lot less clicking, bouncing around, stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and show y'all what I've been using for my Igris macro. And yeah, let's get on into it. So you will need, unfortunately, this is a 6 unit, so this is only 50 plus friendly. I have beaten it when they were not fully statted out like this, but just for showing you while we're doing this what they're at. So you will need both of our money units. You will need Spirit Wagon, you will need Tagarunda, you will need Tengen, Cha-In, Hakata, and Sosuke. So I do place them in my bar in the order I am going to be placing them. So let's get into it. I will speed up, but I'm not going to cut anything out from here on out. So after you watch the lovely cutscene, which to be fair, of tower defense games, this is probably one of the best cutscenes I've ever seen. So what you're going to do, we're going to wiggle on down. So this would be the last little diamond. This is the second to last. I generally stand right here. So for replayability, for those of you that are wanting to create a macro, I generally make it so that that little golden bar right there is streamed right in between these two, and that I can barely see the tippy tip of the diamond beyond the vote starts. But go ahead and hit start. Go ahead and put down, you're going to do money units first. And we need to be watching this corner of the screen. So I'll speed up until we're to the next part. And you can start to see that we're having guys come on up. We're going to wait for the change out. Your first placement is going to be Sasuke. Another Sasuke. And another Sasuke. We're going to use these little points for placement. And then you're going to keep working on upgrades. Then once you have Tagarunda maxed out, we're going to go ahead and put Hakata there in the middle. We're going to go ahead and put a Cha-In right above her. And we're going to go ahead and start upgrading Cha-In. Once she's at upgrade 2, you can go ahead and put down one more Sasuke right there. And we are never going to touch them again. So now we're going to get Cha-In up to max. Now close that so y'all can see. Generally when I'm doing my macros, I do keep it out, but I understand some people don't want it. So the reason we're using Cha-In and Tengen is Cha-In has that 100% resist to stuns. And when she is getting stunned or when she dodges, she does get damage back. So this is helpful. And Tengen has a chance to resist, but it does involve him buffing up. So after we max that Cha-In, we're going to go ahead and get Tengen out, our first of them. We're going to place him directly below that Hakata, and we're just going to get him maxed. I prefer my macros to be incredibly simple and not overly lots of bouncing around. Now the reason I use Sasuke over Alligator is Sasuke does do more damage. And here's the deal, when the bosses are stunned, they can't stun you. Okay, once you get your first Tengen maxed, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to put another one here. And then we're going to max him. And then we're going to put another one over here. We're going to max him. It's real easy. Basically, we're going to be making a 3x3 of units up here. First boss is here. So the reason we put Sasuke on those very specific points, other than like I could have done the corner and all that, is this also is telling me where my damage needs to be. So this Sasuke represents this line. This Sasuke represents here. Once he gets to the middle point, he needs to be between the O and the M on his damage bar. Once he gets to this Sasuke, we need to be at this point or further. And with this Sasuke, he needs to be down below here. So we're going to go ahead and put down and place our last Tengen. So we're going to put our next Cha-In down. She's going to go to the left of Hakura. So she is also going to be max. And the reason we want at this point to start maxing Cha-In is she's going to be doing a lot of the damage for the boss. Now, I will tell you, you will not get all Cha-Ins maxed out. The last one is basically RNG based. Depends on how much money the mobs drop. Okay, she's maxed. Next Cha-In's gonna go up here. Now, it does matter which ones are maxed at the end. I would make sure to have the fully maxed ones on the left-hand side where the boss is gonna be at the tail end. And you'll see why once we kind of get near the end. Okay, once you have those left two done, we're going to go to the right. And we're going to go ahead and start upgrading. Final wave. So our fourth Shaman is maxed out. We're going to go ahead and put our fifth and final. I'm not changing who they're selecting on any of these. So now her upgrades solely depend on the units that are driving by. You can go ahead and sell the sprint wagons. I would test this to see if you don't need to. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. For this, I'm going to go ahead and sell them, just kind of show you the max potential. I do have another macro for Rengoku that requires no moving of units, no selling units, none of that. So that'll be out tomorrow. So the only thing you're doing after wave 29 till the end is just upgrading Chan as much as you can. She should at least be at upgrade 7. If you've sold, maybe I've been able to, on a few occasions, gotten her up to 8, but that is entirely dependent on the mobs and how much they drop, because it is variable each time. So they're already attacking the boss all the way up here. The reason we wanted this one is that way she starts attacking here and here, because this line of Chan have the max amount of range. I have completed this when my Chan and my Tengen were not AC 3 and 2, and I was able to complete this. Just keep in mind that as they're walking this, they need to follow the thing. Now, if you want to make this more complicated, you can move Sasuke over to get the stuns, but we're done. There you go. I am doing a run with no selling just to show it's possible. These are the stats of all the units that I have out. Okay, we're on to final boss. Did not sell. I think I had a little bit better money unit management before this came up. Yeah. Don't need to sell. If your units are stronger. You will need to sell if your units aren't. By the way, if you've gotten to this point in the video, please make sure you have smashed the like button, do the same subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot. Hopefully that was helpful. I know it's not going to help everybody, but honestly, very reliable. Once I figured out how to use the macro, I already emptied out my entire shop. So I know everyone kind of sleeps on Sasuke, but for the boss event, having that little extra damage does help. So hopefully that was helpful, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!